What's going on, everyone? This is Nation here. We got another day of, what is it, spring now? Spring, the bass are in pre-spawn mode. Some of them have actually started spawning in the smaller bodies of water, so maybe in here. But before we really get started into this video, I want to tell y'all what's going on today. I had my buddies at Fishing Sir. They want me to do a couple field tests on some of their lures. They have a huge online selection of lures, but I just picked out a couple for me to try out, and that's what I'm doing today. Right now, first of all, we got this power bait. I wanted to go with kind of a flipping bait that I could do for bed fishing. Right now I'm just going to be fan casting this. What I like about power bait is it's really got that stank on it. Lets those fish smell it, and they hold on to this a lot longer than normal lures. I just got this rigged up on a shaky head right here. That's the bait right there. Love it. Love how it looks. Haven't got to fish with any of these yet, but on this pole right here, let me show you. We got kind of a lunker hunt style frog here, but it looks pretty good. It's called the Superior Frog. This one, it's a pretty cheap frog. It was way cheaper than most of the lunker hunts and the 3D printed frogs like that. A lot cheaper. But they also sent me what I really thought was cool, is they had a option on what color braid you wanted. So I went with just kind of this dark green color, normal colored braid. But got the 40-pound braid tied on right now on both of these poles. Never even caught a fish on that Clash or the Penn yet. That's the new spinning reel I just invested in, because I'm gonna start doing a lot of saltwater fishing. If you guys want me to start posting saltwater fishing videos, let me know, and I'll do that as well. But this is the Penn right here I got, Penn Clash. I think this is the 3000 model. This right here you can see is the braid that they sent me. This is just normal braid I have. But I got the dark green. It's almost like a grayish color. I figured it wouldn't stand out in the water too much. But I'm gonna try this out, see if we can't get a couple fish to bite. Still have never caught a fish on this Penn Clash yet. The drag is set perfectly, but I want to see if I can catch a fish on this Penn here. So I'll get back to you guys when we get a fish. I'm gonna give y'all some tips on how I fish this time of the year, but also we're just gonna really try and see if we can get these fish to get biting. I thought I had a little bite there, but wasn't. Let me see how this is working. Black and blue looks really good in the water. We've had off and on showers all day today, but haven't seen any lightning yet. If I start seeing lightning, I'm gonna pack up and go. We got a fish right there. There's one. That's a nice bass too, man. That is a nice bass. This Penn is feeling so good. Flip him up here. There we go. Look at that fish, man. Wow. First fish on the Penn, and it's a nice 3-pound bass. Shaky head power bait right there, guys. Look at this fish. Nice, beautiful, dark colors. I'm gonna say this fish is 3 pounds, 2 ounces. No, I'm gonna go with 3 pounds even. My gut's telling me like 214, 215, but I'm gonna go against it and say 3.2. 3 pounds, 2 ounces. Let's see how close I am. Even this out. 3 pounds, 2 ounces. Let's go. As you can see, I really need a new scale. Look at this beautiful, fat, healthy fish. Female, looks like she's gonna spawn pretty soon. That's a beautiful fish. Here we go. Let's get the release on this girl. That Penn felt really good too. You let me know when you're ready, girl. She's got beautiful blue eyes on her. Here we go. First fish down. That was that power bait. That fish really wanted that. Didn't want the frog. Really wanted that power bait there. Something really to just sit in the water for a second. There's one. Oh, he got off. Man, that was awesome. The thing though, these hooks on here are really sharp, but they're kind of small, to be honest here. So I'm really gonna have to get a powerful hook set on these fish here. I think casts a mile though. That fish was pushed up right there on that bank. Let's see if I can get another bite with this. What I normally do with frogs when I'm casting is I'll twitch the rod tip. That's one. There we go. Got a good hook set on that one though. Man, these fish are in a freaking feeding mode or something. Get up here. That's another healthy fish. Here we go. Got a really good hook set on that fish. About a little 2-pounder, maybe a little less. Close to 2 pounds. Let's get a release. There we go. Man, the action right now is fast and furious, which is what I like. But let's see if, oh great. See if we can get into a couple more. What I was saying is, when I'm fishing a normal frog, I like to really do fast twitches on the top of the water. But that's only because those frogs aren't as realistic, so you gotta really entice those bass into biting. What I like about these is the longer you let it sit in the water, the better chance you have of catching a fish. Because these frogs here are so realistic, you can just let that frog sit there for a second, and those legs are what those bass are gonna key in on. With the other style frogs, with the what do you call them? The skirt legs, I guess is what you can call them. Those skirt legs aren't as realistic looking, so you got to really get those fast twitches in there to entice the bass. What I like about these is you give it those low, small, long jerks like this. Really looks like a frog in the water. Super realistic. Got that 3D printed body look to it. What I like doing with these is casting it right onto the bank and pulling it off. Give it as much realism as possible. Now whenever I'm fishing a pond like this where there's not a lot of cover, what I like to look for is points like that right there, or that right there. Water structure is what I'll call it. Areas like this waterfall, that fountain over there. And any cover you can find is going to be extremely, extremely crucial. Now I'm fishing this little frog right here. I call this the topwater corner or the topwater point. That's usually where I have most of my topwater hits on this pond here. That and right up there. Oh, we just had something. Check it out. There he is. Oh, you can really target the fish that are going to be close to the bank, guarding their fry or guarding where their fry is going to be, and you can really catch some good quality fish on topwater this time of the year, because those fish are going to be pushed up shallow. They're going to be guarding those areas where they know their fry are going to be, and that's their most valuable thing, is their fry. And whenever the fish are up shallow like that, you can really get them to bite, especially topwaters. There we go. Got that fish to bite again. There's that frog. Look, these guys are choking this thing, man. Tell me this doesn't look realistic to these fish. They cannot tell this is a lure right now. There we go. A little pound and a quarter fish. Back in the water. Whenever the bass are as committed as they are to this one right here, it's okay to set the hook almost immediately, because they're not really skittish with it. They're smacking it and they're really committed to it. But if you're noticing that you're setting the hook and the fish are either getting off, or you're just setting the hook and that hollow body bait's coming flying back out at you, make sure to give that fish time to get that lure really all the way in its mouth. I like to count 1, 2, set the hook, that gives that fish enough time to readjust that bait in his mouth. That fish got it. Notice right there, I didn't set that hook immediately, but look how these fish are just choking this thing. When they're choking it like this, you don't even really need to give them that 1-2. You just set the hook immediately because you know that this is the bait they're committed to. I'm gonna go ahead and move down here to an area where I kind of trust that's gonna usually hold fish. But as of right now, for the thoughts on these two baits, the review kinda, I really like both of them, to be honest. I like the realism this frog has is ridiculous. The hookup ratio is obviously not going to be that great because it's a topwater frog. Ooh, missed that one. Like I was saying, obviously not going to be that great because it's a frog. But this one's not that bad. I think I've got a little over half of the fish that have bitten, which for a frog is not bad at all. And as for the power bait here, I really smelled those things, and there's one. Let's see if this one will stay on. Man, that one was even smaller than the first one just now. Yeah, that's the problem with those little bass, is you reel them in so fast they skip across the top of the water and you can't really get them into you. But I'm not gonna lose sleep over losing those kind of fish right there. And that's what I like about the big bass. They don't have a small enough mouth to where, look, that's a little guy right there too. But I just want to make sure I got him. Almost acting like a dang snakehead, man. Yeah, these little guys right here are real easy to lose just because they have such small mouths. But man, I'm telling you, this frog right here is, I'm not gonna give a biased review on lures just because I got the lures sent to me for free, but I'm gonna be completely honest with these reviews, man. I really do like this frog. It's got good realism. Obviously the bass like it. Just hammering this thing. I'd give this one, only problem I had was the packaging it came in. It kind of bent the legs in a weird way to where when you open it, it kind of gives a frog this funky kind of presentation like that. But the bass don't seem to mind right now. But for only that reason, I would have given this like a 9 or a 10, but I'll give it an 8 out of 10, honestly. It's working well. It's got a decent hookup ratio. I mean, obviously you're not gonna have the best hookup ratio with a hollow body frog like this, but it's not terrible. It's not that bad, actually. The power bait here, I really do like it. I went with this black and blue because I figured I'd be doing most of my fishing with this in muddier bodies of water. But I do like it. It's really versatile. It's got great scent to it. You can use it on a shaky head jig trailer. I really do like this lure too, but only problem I had with this one, the packaging was great, and it's not Fishing Surf's fault. It's obviously Power Baits, but I use 4/0 hooks for almost all my bass fishing, sometimes a 5/0, depending on how big the lure is. Problem I had with this was the 4/0 hooks were even too big for this little guy here. Yeah, I just got stuck on that right there. The 4/0 hooks were too big. The shank of the hook completely covered the entire bait. It was just too small. Only for that reason I wouldn't give this thing a 9 or a 10. So I'll give this thing an 8 too. just because it's really versatile. It's got really good scent to it. I like the flappers on it. It gives it a little more motion in the water. But the most important thing to me is that scent that power bait gives you. Really, really works good. All right, y'all, I'm gonna finish up with my last cast of the day here. The bite's really slowed down. I already fished these ponds pretty good and getting a little late. So it's my last cast of the day. Y'all thank again so much for watching these videos, and just me having y'all support means a lot. If you haven't already, it would mean a lot to me if you went ahead and subscribed to the channel here. Go ahead and turn on those notifications if you want. I'm gonna be posting about a video a week. I'm trying to. Andrew's gonna start posting here pretty soon as well. We're gonna start doing some creative, fun videos here pretty soon. Y'all let me know. Go ahead and drop a comment on what y'all want to see for the channel, and I'll try to get those videos out. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Let me know that you enjoyed it. And thanks again for watching.